Hi guys, this is my grocery haul for our family of 7. It came to $71 from Walmart, and then we spent an additional $7.99 from Food City to get a rotisserie chicken. You'll see that in a second. It's pretty simple. I did not get a bunch of fruit, which I would have liked to get, but just didn't have it in the budget this week. Walmart did send super green bananas, and I ended up having to use a can of pears I had in the cabinet for breakfast one morning because the kids just couldn't eat the bananas yet. I did not purchase flour or rice. We had plenty of that. So if you have something in your cabinet, you don't have to purchase it. This is a really affordable way to feed your family and to make that money stretch. This is the rotisserie chicken. I didn't get a picture of it in the bag, but this is the shredded up. Biscuit bombs are one of my kids' favorite breakfasts. It's half a thing sausage, 7 eggs with a little bit of milk, beat up. Go ahead and fry your sausage, add your egg mixture in when they're about halfway done. Then you're going to take each biscuit, take those into 2 pieces, flatten them out, and you're going to stuff it with the sausage and egg mixture and then a little piece of cheese. You're going to bake it in the oven for about 15 minutes on 350 or until they're golden brown. This is where I was talking about the bananas and I couldn't serve them to the kids because they're just so green. So you'll see the pears on the plate instead of the banana. Lunch is a super simple pasta salad. Most people know how to do this. Just elbow macaroni, half a cucumber, 1 Roma tomato, some cheddar, and some zesty Italian. This is what I seasoned the chicken with for the quesadillas. This is the Spanish rice, same seasoning, just with some tomato bouillon added. And then to make my refried beans creamy, I always add a heaping tablespoon of sour cream. Now I served it with a homemade pico, which is just tomato, onions, cilantro, and a little bit of lime. Now dinner tonight was these hamburger slider things. If you were going to do them, I would do a higher quality meat if you can. There was a lot of shrinkage, like a lot, and I was very surprised by it. Overall, it was a decent meal. Everyone liked it, so that's a plus. Breakfast this morning was a sourdough discard blueberry muffin. I'll put the recipe in the comments if someone wants it. One of the hands down best muffins I've ever had. The kids love them. My husband loves them. He's super picky. And overall they stay nice and moist. They sit on the counter well, of course in Tupperware. They're really good muffin. And if you don't have a sourdough starter yet, you really should consider getting one. We don't have to buy sandwich bread anymore, and it has been such a game changer. My child, who doesn't handle gluten well, can eat sourdough bread with no problems. Lunch was just a simple chicken salad with a little bit of grapes. Now this is me making the stock for the chicken noodle soup. This is the carcass of the rotisserie chicken. I threw in a carrot and an onion, some pepper, salt, bay leaf, and then you just boil this, or actually just simmer it on a medium for hours. I think I did mine for about 5.5. This is what you'll have left over. And then I took that broth and added carrots and potatoes to it, which you'll see, and then I made a homemade egg noodle and some shredded chicken from the rotisserie chicken. And this is one of my kids and my husband's favorite winter soups, and it makes a ton. There's always plenty for leftovers, and I think our family of 7 could probably get about 16 servings, if not more, from just this soup. The pink spots in the dough are from pink Himalayan salt. Just so you guys know, it's nothing weird. Now for breakfast this morning, I had to make it the night before. This is one of my daughter Annie's favorite breakfasts. It is an overnight oats. You just take half a cup of oats per person, toss it in a bowl. Sorry about dropped the camera there. You add some sugar, some cinnamon, blueberries. Then you add milk. And I don't measure it, so I can't give you exact measurements, but you're going to add enough milk so that it's kind of soupy looking. You'll see it up here in a second. This is about the consistency that our family likes it. Yours might like it different, so just mess around with it and see what you like. You're going to cover the bowl, put it in the fridge for at least 6 hours, and then just serve it cold the next morning. My middle daughter, Emmy, she actually likes it heated up, so that is an option too. This is going to be like an extremely long clip. I don't know what I was thinking, but we're going to chop up some carrots after you wash them and peel them, toss them in a pot with a little bit of butter, some brown sugar, and a little bit of water. And it's going to make a sweet carrot for a side dish. Oh, and put a little bit of salt in there too. This is me struggling with a Jiffy box of cornbread because apparently I can't open them, so that's great. I actually used 2, somehow just got 1 in the video, don't really know, but you do need 2 boxes if you're going to do this recipe. Go ahead and chop your hot dogs into thirds. And put your batter in. If you use a metal tin like I do in the next one, you're going to want to spray that tin first. And then you just add your hot dogs. I will say that the ones that I cooked in the silicone pan were much better than the ones in the metal. For some reason, the metal ones, they seem to fall apart. That's the carrots on the stove. I made a box of mac and cheese to go with this. As you saw, I put some fries on the pan. Real simple dinner. One of the kids' favorites. Unfortunately, I didn't get pictures of breakfast or lunch really, so we're just jumping in with dinner. I'm making a rice. You'll see me make rice for a lot. It's something that is feeling is a great thing to stretch a budget. I did spill water all over. I will clean it up, I promise. I season this rice with adobo and then I think it's called Nor, but I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. I think it's a tomato chicken bouillon. It's one of my favorite things for making Spanish rice. I use a little over half a pack of the chicken tenders here, and I'm going to season that with red pepper flake, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, and cumin, and then salt and pepper. My daughter's cutting up 2 Roma tomatoes here. She's going to actually dice an onion up as well and some cilantro, and then squeeze half of the lime that's left to make a pico. And then I just served it with some black beans, lettuce, cheese, and chicken. And we had. I'm actually going to make a banana oatmeal here. Unfortunately, I don't have measurements. I kind of just eyeball it. If you're paying attention, this is actually a different gallon of milk, and that's because we have a baby goat in the house right now. Her mother rejected it, and we're bottle feeding it, and we go through a ridiculous amount of milk. That's why, not because we actually use that much milk, it's because she drank so much milk. All I'm using in this is cinnamon, vanilla, a little bit of sugar, the milk, and the oats. I'll cook that, and then I'll just chop up the banana at the end. I lied. Also a little bit of salt. Apparently I lied again. That's some brown sugar. And that's what it looks like when it's done. We did not have lunch that day, so this is dinner. That is the other half of the Italian sausage. I'm seasoning it with oregano, Italian seasoning, and garlic, and then salt and pepper. And you're going to season real liberally, because typically you would use an Italian sausage for this, but you're on a budget challenge and you're only using sausage. You want to make sure it's super seasoned and that seasoning carries through. I add my seasoning here. I'm not a professional cook, obviously, but this is how my grandmother taught me how to do it, and I think there's a taste difference. I think your herbs get a more smoky taste, and I think they stick to like what you're cooking better like this. The paper towel trick is something I learned off of TikTok. It works amazingly. You just use that to get the excess grease out. And of course, take it out and throw it away. I'm adding a can of crushed tomatoes here. It's one of the large cans. And then I'm going to add another canful of water to that. I actually end up using 2 cans, and I toss in a chicken bouillon cube, and it worked out really well. I needed more broth. I don't really usually have to use it. I don't know what was going on that night, but it worked. Add half a bag of the mixed vegetables. And now you're going to add in some of the pasta left over from making the pasta salad earlier in the week. And then here I took half a head of cabbage and I cut it not too thin. It's pretty chunked up, and you just toss it in there and let it cook. That's what it looks like. There is a ton of servings in this one. This is a snack that my grandfather used to make for me. Take half a cucumber, you peel it, chop it up, toss it into a bowl. Take some green onion if you have it, chop it up, toss it in there. You can also use a red onion, really thinly sliced. Salt and pepper. You're going to add a little bit of Duke's mayonnaise. Has to be Duke's. My grandfather would kill me if I use anything else, and some vinegar. I don't know, maybe it's an Appalachian thing. We love it. So for dinner on the last night, we made chicken pot pie. We tossed in the leftover chicken strips from the other night. You're going to go ahead and cook them in some butter. Going to get a nice char on them. Season with garlic powder, salt, pepper, paprika, red pepper flake. And that's what the chicken's going to look like when it's done. In the same pan, you're going to go ahead and add a little bit more butter because you need the fat to make that kind of filling that goes with it. So you're going to have that butter, go ahead and let it heat. You're going to kind of whisk up the little crunchy bits that are in the pan. Now we're sprinkling in flour because we're going to make a roux. You're going to incorporate that flour into your fat, and it's going to pick up that flavor. And you want to cook it until it kind of releases like a nutty aroma, or basically you're going to cook the flour so it doesn't taste like flour. To that, go ahead and add a little bit of milk. And then mix it well. And then you're just going to leave it to thicken, and it'll start looking like this when it's getting closer to being done. Just make sure you whisk it occasionally so nothing burns. Now I'm adding in the mixed vegetables that are left from last night. And then I added in about a half a cup of warm water with a bouillon cube just to get to the right consistency that I wanted. Now I'm going to toss it in the chicken, and I'm going to make sure everything's heated well. Now my eldest daughter, she put the pie crust down in the pan, and then she put it on the top here, and we just scrape up the sides, cut little ventilation slits in the top, and then we're going to bake it at 375 until it's golden brown. There it is. Nothing fancy, but it's good.